Okay, good morning. It is a slightly snowy Tuesday morning, November 5th, 2019. In the lunar cycle Itatstui when cold arrives. And I'm out here like most mornings, starting off my day at Spopikimi, just checking in real quick. I disturbed the coyote coming in at the pond just north of here along the shoreline. There's I think a family of maybe 4 mallards out that way, and it looked like the coyote was on the bank scoping them out when I walked in and just startled him, and he took off running. I won't see him again for this visit. But it's interesting, my last couple of visits I've seen just the one lone coyote, so I don't know if the whole family of 6 is still here, or if they were just passing through that day, or what's really going on. But it's nice to be seeing the coyotes so regularly now. Anyway, I got an interesting morning ahead. I'm gonna go to the studio and open up shop for my students, wait for their business training for the morning to get underway, and then I gotta scoot upstream a little ways from here. On the other side of the river, there is a situation with a beaver family where there's a city water intake for the water treatment, that provides the drinking water and tap water and, all the plumbing water and all that stuff for the city. And there's a beaver or beavers over there who over the past week have just been piling stuff into that water intake and causing big issues where they have to bring in machinery to excavate it and clean it out again. And normally in Lethbridge, for the past many years now, the protocol with situations with beavers like this has been to hire an exterminator, to contract an exterminator to come in and set a trap that will essentially take the beaver and drown it, and kill the problem beaver. Of course, in that kind of situation, you take out one beaver or a family of beavers, it just creates a natural vacuum for a new family to move into, right? There's a new space, and beavers are always looking for new spaces, the 2-year-olds that are moving away from home each year, looking for new places to occupy. So it's not a very good long-term solution. And earlier in the year, my friend John Nightingale and I sat down with some representatives from city parks to talk about this stuff and say, like, why do we keep killing the beavers here? At the same time, we're like celebrating them. They're important in Blackfoot tradition, and we've done a bunch of exhibits and such now at the Nature Center featuring the beavers. We did a big, the Nature Center did a big information campaign with the beavers in City Hall, where they had pictures of beavers and a lot of kind of interpretive information about their natural history and their role in the ecology and stuff, trying to get people to understand that, this whole environment down here, this riparian forest, doesn't exist without the beaver, right? So how can we coexist with the beavers? And I'm happy to say that in this instance, rather than just going straight to the exterminator, the city is coming to me now and saying, okay, here we have a situation. Do you have a solution? And the problem is I might not have a solution. I'm really afraid of that. I'm going to go look at the situation later this morning. I'll take the camera with me, of course. But obviously this time of year, relocating the beaver family is out of the question. It's a difficult practice anyway to relocate beaver families, but it can be done. But not this time of the year. Like right now, all the beavers have their food caches that they've been building for the winter. That's probably what they were doing in this water intake, is piling in part of their food cache. But I'm not sure about that. But in any case, everybody already has their food caches. The ice is going to be on its way before too long, and it's just too late. They can't build a lodge and create a food cache with the time that they have left in this season before the ice. So moving the beavers is out of the question. then it becomes a question of, you know, can we somehow create a long-term solution by blocking in some manner the beaver access to that pipe? And that's really the only good solution long-term anyways. We got to figure out something to do so that the beavers are not interfering with that pipe, even though they're living around there. So I'm gonna go look at the scene, and I don't know how quickly they expect me to deal with the problem, but if it's very, very quick, I'm afraid these beavers might be in trouble, because the exterminator will be the next call, you know. But if I have a little bit of time and I can do some quick, you know, online searching and such, and figure out a solution to this, it would sure be a nice change for Lethbridge in terms of our relation with this animal. So we'll check it out, and I'll take the camera along. Well, as it turns out, I am not going to survey that beaver site this morning. That's being postponed until tomorrow. Something came up with City Parks, so that's what's going to happen with that. And as a result, I think this video will probably go into a day 2 if I don't have a lot more content for this afternoon, but we'll see. Right now I'm on my way to pick up a skunk here on the south side. Looks like somebody set a trap, hasn't really been monitoring it, and their neighbor sees that there's a skunk in there, is willing to pay me to come and take it away. He's not sure how long it's been there. It might have been there one day, could have been up there, could have been there up to 3 days, she says. So we'll see. Hopefully the skunk is still in good condition and just got in there last night, and I can take him away and set him free and make the world a happy place again. But we'll find out here in a minute. Hey, Skunky. Oh yeah, he's breathing, he's okay. Hey, wanna go for a little ride? Let's go for a little ride. Alright, go out the other side. Go on out the other side. Go on, Skunky. Go on, Skunky. You can go. Go. Door doesn't have a hook. Door has no hook. You can go out now. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go on. Go on, Skunky. Rolling into day 2, as I suspected we would. Find myself once again just past dawn at Spokane, where conditions have changed considerably. The pond is frozen solid overnight, so no ducks. It's a good snow covering, and it's cold. 13 degrees below zero. That's decent cold. No sign of my coyote friend this morning. Not too surprised though. Who wants to come out in this weather? We'll see whether or not the city guys want to take me out to look at Beaver Works in this. I don't know. I could see them calling it off again today, but we'll find out. Any case, just out for my morning breath of fresh air. Okay, so here's the situation. River flows in through here. They got this barrier just to keep surface debris from coming into this canal. And then down in here, you got 3 different intake pipes for the water. And goes under this levee, and then down this way, the canal opens up again. The water flows there, down that way for where the other intake is. So it's here that they've been having beaver issues, and they've been having them every year, sometimes twice a year. The beavers block up these intakes, and I guess with this one, they pulled a backhoe down in here, dug it out. They had divers in the water. The beaver was there, like it was going after some of the divers. I guess it had a shoreline lodge in the corner over there, so that was the issue. It had built its lodge here, and probably this was food cache stuff. But it makes sense that they're blocking it anyway for the river beavers that are, maybe living along the shore and stuff. They might see this as water loss. Hey, the water seeping into this canal, so makes sense that they'd be blocking it every year. So my initial thinking here is that we just need to install some kind of a barrier, maybe a fence that goes underwater along that same line of the surface debris deflector, just to the inside of that, have a fence and have it come up here over the land as well, blocking out this whole kind of pool here where the water is taken into the canal. Makes sense on a number of levels. It really should be a closed off area to the public anyway, because sometimes when the river is really flowing hard, somebody got in the river here and they got scooped into one of these intakes. That would be bad, so putting up a fence works on several levels, both as a beaver barrier and as a safety mechanism for the city. But what kind of fence? That's the big question. So that's what I got to look into. But sounds like I've got the responsibility for doing that. I was also given a key that allows me access through the gates into the parks whenever I need it. So if I need to come down here at any time, I've got access now, and that's pretty cool. So I think I don't know what to say about what happened with the beaver here already being cleared out if it had a shoreline lodge, but I wonder what's become of it. But that's already said and done. Now what can we do for the future?